enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By my merits of giving and other perfections, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge until I am enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By my merits of giving and other perfections, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge until I am enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By my merits of giving and other perfections, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. Thus I have heard once that Bhagavan was residing on Vulture Flag Mountain together with a great assembly of fully ordained monks and a great assembly of bodhisattvas. At that time the Bhagavan entered the samadhi of the enumerations of phenomena called perception of the profound. At that time Noble Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva Mahasattva, while practicing the profound Prajnaparamita, saw the following. He saw the five skandhas to be empty of nature. Then through the power of the Buddha, Venerable Saraputra spoke thus to Noble Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva Mahasattva. How should a son of noble family or a daughter of noble family train who wishes to practice the profound Prajnaparamita? Noble Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva Mahasattva, said to Venerable Saraputra, Saraputra, a son of noble family or a daughter of noble family who wishes to practice the profound Prajnaparamita should see in this way. They see the five skandhas to be empty of nature. Form is emptiness, emptiness also is form. Emptiness is no other than form is no other than emptiness. In the same way, feeling, discrimination, formation, and consciousness are emptiness. The Saraputra, all phenomena are emptiness without characteristics, without arising, without ceasing, without saying, not without saying, without decrease, and without increase. Therefore, Saraputra, in emptiness there is no form, no feeling, no discrimination, no formation, no consciousness, no eye, no ear, no nose, no tongue, no body, no mind, no form, no sound, no smell, no taste, no tangible object, no phenomena, no eye tattoo, up to no mind tattoo, no tattoo of phenomena, no mental consciousness tattoo, no ignorance, no termination of ignorance, up to no aging and death, and no termination of aging and death, no words exhaustion, no cessation, no path, no wisdom, no attainment, and no non-attainment. Therefore Sarabhudras and Bodhisattvas have no attainment. They abide by relying on Prajnaparamita. Since their minds are without obscuration, they have no fear, having fully transcended delusion. They attain complete nirvana. All the Buddhas who abide in the three times fully awaken to unsurpassable, completely perfect enlightenment by relying on Prajnaparamita. Therefore the great mantra of Prajnaparamita, the mantra of great insight, the unsurpassed mantra, the mantra equal to the unequal, the mantra that comes all suffering should be known to be true, since it is undeceiving. The Prajnaparamita mantra is said as follows: Samgate Gate Peda Gate Peda Samgate Bodhi Soa. In this way Sarabhudra Bodhisattva Mahasattva should train in the profound Prajnaparamita. Then the Bhagavan rose from that samadhi and spoke to noble Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva Mahasattva. Well done, good Guru, son of noble family. Thus it is, O son of noble family. Thus it is, one should practice the profound Prajnaparamita, just as you have taught in the Tathagatas will rejoice when the Bhagavan had said this. Venerable Sariputta and noble Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva Mahasattva, all those surrounding them in the world with discuss humans, asuras, and Gandharvas rejoice and praise the words of the Bhagavan. Chanting the names of noble Manjushri from the words of the Buddha, homage to every full Manjushri, the request and Vajradhara, ever glorious supreme subduer of the heart, to tame the hero, conquering the triple world, the Vajra Lord and Master of all secrets, with eyes wide open like white lotuses, his face just like a lily in full bloom, while shaking in his hand repeatedly a Vajra of the highest excellence, accompanied by countless Vajrapanis with features such as fierce, turbulent, proud subduers of the heart, to tame heroes, appearing with heroic, hideous forms, brandishing in their hands their mighty Vajras, the tips of which emit intensive light, great benefactors to all beings, through skill, through insight, and through great compassion, with pleased and happy attitudes, with joy their bodies, those of wrathful deities, protectors who assist the Buddha's deeds, their bodies bowing reverentially paid homage to the true awakened one, protector, blessed one, Tathagata, and joining his two palms respectfully, he said before the Lord the following: O omnipresent Lord, for my well-being, with due concern for me and for my sake, that I may reach complete awakening upon the basis of illusions net, and for the sake of every living being sunk deep into the mud of ignorance, their thoughts disturbed by various afflictions, so that they may obtain the highest fruit. May you, the most supreme awakened one, the blessed one, the world's guru and teacher, who knows the grace of Maya's reality, aware of wishes and abilities, reveal to us the great name, chanting of the wisdom body of the blessed one, the great, whose knees the master of all speech, the self-arising wisdom emanation, the wisdom deity called Manjushri. These names with meaning both profound and knit the Tantra most supreme by multitudes of mighty Vajrapanis, the joyous guardians of secret mantras. Just this I shall uphold with firm resolve until I reach my final liberation, so that I may become, O great protector, the bearer of the Buddha's every secret. And this I shall reveal to living beings according to each one's capacity, in order that afflictions may be quelled, so ignorance may fully be dispelled. With this request to the Tathagata, the master of all secrets, Vajrapani his body bowed, his palms politely joined, then stood before the Lord devotedly. The reply, and so the Blessed One, Lord Shakyamuni, the best of men, the fully awakened one, extending from his mouth his handsome tongue, a tongue unmatched in both its breadth and length, displaying a gentle smile to living beings, a smile that fills the threefold world with light, that tames the enemy, the four maras, that ends unwanted birth in all three forms, is melodious like that of Brahma, completely filling the triple world. Reply as follows to the Lord of secrets, to Vajrapani, strongest of the strong, that you, abounding in supreme compassion and aiming to assist all living beings, are willing and prepared to hear from me this evil quelling, purifying chanting, the chanting of the name so filled with meaning, of Manjushri's embodiment of wisdom. How truly excellent, O Vajradhara, how excellent of you, O Vajrapani. And so I shall, O Master of all secrets, reveal just that to you most splendidly, with single-minded focus. Listen well, how excellent responded Vajrapani, so truly excellent, O Blessed One, the survey of the six families. And then the Blessed One, Lord Shakyamuni, surveyed in full the family great with mantras, the family of the Vidyas and the mantras, the family that is threefold by its nature, the family of and yet beyond the world, the family great in brightening the world, the foremost family and the Buddha awakened, fully born of the letter Ah. The letter Ah, the foremost phoneme, supremost syllable with meaning great, arising from great vital force, unborn beyond expression, based on words or speech, foremost cause of every form of speech, the shining forth of every kind of language, was great feast who takes the form of great passion, producing bliss in ever sentient being, great feast who takes the form of great anger, great enemy of ever mental poison, great feast who is by nature great delusion, delusions vanquisher for deluded minds, great feast who is in essence great fury, great adversary to all furiousness, great feast who takes the form of great desire, who vanquishes desire in all forms. He is great carnal lust, he is great bliss, he is great happiness, he is great joy with great appearance, bearing form supreme, with great complexion, marked by great physique, with great renown, the great munificent one, his mandala, all humanness and great, the bearer of the mighty sword of wisdom, the foremost code for taming great afflictions, possessing great renown, his glory great, his brightness great, his luster most supreme, most wise upholder of the great illusion, fulfiller of the great illusions, aims enraptured by the great illusions, rapture the great illusions, great illusion as the foremost lord of great munificence, supreme upholder of great discipline, intense supporter of great tolerance, with valor rooted in great diligence, samadhi resting through great meditation, endowed with bodies flowing from great wisdom, both great in strength and great in skillful means, a brimming ocean filled with vows and knowledge, by nature great in kindness, limitless, the foremost mind enriched by great compassion, of great insight, of great intelligence, great dexterous one, with methods ever great, commending powers and great miracles, with driving force supreme, with speed unmatched, renowned, great lord of foremost majesty, most valorous, owing to his great might, destroying the massive mountain of becoming unyielding, holding strong a massive vajra, great terrifying lord, the great cruel one, provoking fear in great and daunting creatures, protector as the greatest of all vidyas, the guru as the greatest of all mantras, traversing well the Mahayana's path himself, the Mahayana's foremost way, the wisdom of the immaculate Dharma Dhatu, he is Mahavarajana, the pensive silence arising from the great mantra way. He is at heart the great mantra way, accomplished in the 10 paramitas, having the 10 paramitas as his home, in whom the 10 paramitas are pure, for whom the 10 paramitas are means protector, reigning over all 10 grounds, residing steadily on all 10 grounds, made pure in nature by the 10-fold knowledge, maintaining purity through 10-fold knowledge, with 10-fold forms, intent on 10-fold content, with 10-fold strength, pervasive Lord of sages, achieving every aim for every being, endowed with 10-fold mastery, supreme beginningless complexity, devoid by nature, pure reality, in essence unwavering, a speaker of the truth, with speech and actions perfectly aligned, a teacher of the non-dual truth, non-dual atop reality's most lofty peak, with selflessness his wild lions roar, instilling fear in deer-like misled seekers, with journeys fruitful, traveling everywhere, as swift as thought, in all Tathagatas, a victor, slayer of foes, triumphant Lord, a universal King, with graces great assembly, head instructor for assemblies, assembly Lord, assembly chief, the ruler most influential, bearing precious burdens not other bound, his way the greatest way, the Lord of speech, the master of expression, most skilled in words, adept with language, truthful with boundless words, the teacher of the truth, providing teachings on the fourfold truth, not coming back, not turning round, rhino, the leader of the Pratrachya Buddhas, gone forth by going forth in different ways, the single cause of all great elements, Arhats, bhikshu, defilements, exhausted, devoid of passion, master of the senses, arrived at comfort, met with security, for he, having cooled down, is free from stains, equipped in full with knowledge and its base, a Sukata, best knower of the world, not thinking, he not clinging unto mind, established in the system of two true truths, upon the edge of cyclic life's far shore, with deeds accomplished, resting on the bank, emerging from untainted lone awareness, with sword-like insight ever penetrating, the Son of Dharma, King, the noble Dharma, supreme illuminator of the world, the Dharma Lord, the sovereign of Dharma, the teacher of the path to excellence, accomplishing all goals, fulfilling aims, completely free from wants of any kind, bereft of thought, a non-depleting source, the Dharma eternal Yogan, king of everywhere, the object and the mind of concentration, the master of intelligent reflection, for by oneself alone is he experienced, movable, the ultimate beginning, the holder of the three enlightened bodies, the Buddha formed of five embodiments, the omnipresent made of five wisdoms, his diadem, five awakened ones with all five eyes, maintaining non-attachment, the great progenitor of all the Buddhas eminent and foremost sun, rising from the world of true insight, the sourceless Dharma, source existence ending, comprised of Vajras, holy, dense and firm, the newborn sovereign ruler of the world, emerging from the sky, the self-arisen, a massive blaze of knowledge and of insight, illuminating beacon of great light, a lamp of wisdom shining brilliantly, a light for beings, a lantern unto wisdom, with energy supreme, most radiant, the Vajra king, the greatest mantras Lord, the mantra king, achieving noble aims, the great Usnisa, marvelous Usnisa, the Lord of space, revealer of all things, the best embodiment of every Buddha, with eyes the joy of every living being, creator manifesting varied forms, great sage deserving praise, deserving worship, a mantran born unto the triple family, holding mantras of the foremost pledge, the greatest bearer of the triple gem, who teaches all three peerless vehicles, with snare unfailing, most victorious, the snatcher ever great, the Vajra snare, the Vajra hook, the snare of excellence, the mirror like wisdom, called Vajra Bhairava, he is terrific, six-faced, the king of anger, hideous, six-eyed, six-armed, the ever-powerful, bearing his terrible fangs, a skeleton, Allah, a hundred faces, proud, the Yama killer, rolling obstacles, instilling fear with Vajra impetus, the Vajra-hearted, famous for his Vajra, with belly large, with Vajras of illusion, the Vajra born, the sovereign of the Vajra, akin to space, his core comprised of Vajras, unmoving, haughty, with his single dreadlock, his clothes an elephant's rawhide, still moist, the great terrific one, who cries ha ha, who screams hee hee, instilling fervent fear, his laugh a screeching laugh, a booming laugh, he is the Vajra laugh, the mighty howl, he is the noble Sattva Vajra Sattva, the Vajra sovereign Lord, the highest bliss, the Vajra's are comprised of Vajras slashing all, upholding every Vajra bearing with just a single Vajra, ending strife with eyes like Vajra fire, truly dreadful, with hair that's like a Vajra set ablaze, immersion of the Vajra, great immersion, with eyes like Vajra's eyes, 100-fold, with Vajra hairs that sprout upon his body, his unique figure marked by Vajra hairs, with nails advancing Vajras at their tips, with skin that's solid like a Vajra's core, that splendid master donning Vajra garlands, adorned with Vajra's fashion ornaments, with booming voice, his laughter crying ha ha, 6 syllables producing Vajra rumbles, great Manjushri sound supremely loud, a roar unique unto the threefold world, a voice that reaches every bound of space, preeminent amongst all voice, endowed the wisdom of discernment. He is a being who fully realized truth, reality, as begins selflessness supreme in propagating emptiness, unspoken teaching, both the deep and vast, the Dharma conch emitting piercing sound, the Dharma gong with lasting resonance, arriving at unbounded liberation. He is the Dharma drum in all directions, without a form, with handsome forms supreme, replete with forms diverse, comprised of mind, with splendor shining through his every form, with all reflections under his control, invincible, renowned as Lord Supreme, the Lord Supreme who rules the threefold world, abiding on the noble's lofty path, great source of flourishing, the Dharma's crown, with youthful form unique unto all worlds, the elder senior father of all beings, adorned with 32 auspicious marks, most beautiful, most handsome in all worlds, the teacher teaching mundane good and knowledge, the teacher to all beings, most confident, the world's most trusted guide, protector, savior, the refuge unsurpassed, the guardian, with rich enjoyments filling all of space, the knowledge ocean of omniscient beings, while smashing through the shell of ignorance and breaking through the cage of cyclic life, the thorough queller of intense afflictions, arriving at samsara's opposite shore, his crown, the crown of wisdom, consecration, his ornaments comprising perfect Buddhas, the soother of the dream of threefold pain, the ender of the trio, ending free, arriving at the threefold liberation, completely free of every obscuration, having achieved equality, sky-like being. kind of substrate established firmly on the path of space, a splendid wish fulfilling jewel in hand, the best of all that's precious, omnipresent, great wish fulfilling tree, most plentiful, the greatest of all, great auspicious faces, fulfilling the aims of living beings, a doer and ally, most beloved to all creatures, aware of good and bad, aware of times, the omnipresent, knower of the pledges, upholding pledges, conscious of occasions, awake to varied aptitude in beings, with expertise in threefold liberation, with virtues knowing Dharma, auspicious source of all auspiciousness, of all auspicious things, the most auspicious, great splendor, glory, good, most prosperous, great reassurance, foremost celebration, great joyousness, the highest form of pleasure, abundance, reverence, action, venerable, great happiness, the noble Lord of splendor, the greatest grantor of all wishes, wish for the highest source of refuge, granting the fearsome enemy of potent danger, alleviating danger in all forms, with tufts of hair, with plumes of luscious hair, with matted locks, cord tied, 5 face with 5 hair tufts, his head well crowned, his head adorned with garlands of 5 strands, upholding great observance, his head shaven, the foremost of observances, chaste student, with great austerities, perfected fully, he is the greatest bather, Gautama, a Brahman, knower of Brahman, arrived in full at Brahman nirvana, awakening its branches, liberation, release, complete tranquility, quiescence, nirvana, peacefulness, tranquility, approaching graceful entry to nirvana, the culmination, ending pain and pleasure, the state devoid of passion, free from substrates, beyond defeat, unmanifest, unmatched, not making manifest appearance, free, pervasive, timeless, fully omnipresent, minute, beyond defilement, seed free, unstained, devoid of passion, passionless, controlling humors, free from every illness, by nature most awakened, fully awake, omniscient, knowing everything, supreme, beyond reality, as consciousness, pristine awareness, bearing non-dual form, beyond conceptualization, effort-free, acting as Buddhas do in every age, the Buddha and best and greatest of communicators, the unassailable, the lion of speech, the universal vision, true delight with fire garlands, handsome to behold, the endless, not most radiant, great luster with shining rays in hand, providing light, the best and foremost of all great physicians, unequaled in removing thorns of pain, a tree providing medicine for all, a foe opposing every malady, the lovely crowning jewel of all three worlds, a cluster of the stars most glorious, the end of space in all its 10 directions, the hoisting high of Dharma's victory flag, sharing one large umbrella with the world, with love and kindness as his mandala, the celebrated Lord is Lord of dance, pervasive with his precious parasol, the blazing energy of all the Buddhas, with bodies fully shared by all the Buddhas, the highest union formed with all the Buddhas, the single teaching taught by all the Buddhas, most glorious with Vajraratna's blessing, the highest sovereign Lord of Sarvaratna, the King supreme of Sarva Lokas Vara, the Lord on high of Sarva Vajradhara, the quintessential mind of Sarva Buddha, residing in the mind of every Buddha, the greatest body born by every Buddha, the lovely speech enriching every Buddha, the scorching brightness from the Vajra sun, with stainless luster from the Vajra moon, great passion of the passionless and others, with multicolored rays that brightly blaze, the perfect Buddha's perfect Vajra posture, retaining for all beings the Buddha's Dharma, the lotus Buddha's celebrated son, the knowledge treasurer for the omniscient, the sovereign king controlling all illusions, the foremost master of the Buddha's spells, called Vajra Tiksna, sword supremely mighty, completely pure, the highest syllable, atop pain's remedy, the Mahayana, with Vajra Dharma as his mighty weapon, the Vajra depth renowned as Jinnajig, with Vajra thought aware of how things are perfecting, all perfections perfectly adorned by all the grounds of Bodhisattvas, the selfless of pure phenomena, with luster that is moonlight unto knowledge, with great endeavors as illusory nets, the foremost master ruling every tantra, endowed in full with every Vajra posture, completely furnished with all wisdom bodies, supportive of the nature of all things, with goals for all, with dharmas unarisen, supportive of the nature of all dharmas, with full awareness of phenomena in but an instant, as the wisest sage, with vivid realization of all dharmas. He is a sage, the greatest intellect, the vanquisher of hosts of evil spirits, unwavering, completely pure in nature, grasping the wakefulness of perfect Buddhas, the direct realization of all Buddhas. He is the flame of wisdom, luminous, the wisdom of equality, the great fulfiller of desired aims, the purifier of all evil states, the greatest of all living beings, protector, the earnest liberator of all creatures, unrivaled knight in battle with afflictions, humiliating ignorance his foe, the celebrated mind of amorousness, endowed with forms heroic and repulsive, the dancer moving to and fro, his hundreds of lengthy arms, while setting down his stride, the dancer spreading through the whole of space and filling it with Srimats, 100 arms Sudala atop the surface of the earth, the soul of just 1 foot pervading all, Sudala atop the summit of the world, the nail of his big toe suppressing all, whose aim is one, whose aim is non-dual dharma, whose aim is ultimate beyond destruction, whose mind consists in groups of consciousness with varied objects, forms, and cognizance, some use with every object of existence, a mind of passion, loving emptiness, transcending worldly passions and the like, with great enjoyment for the threefold world, with fair complexion, weight like pristine clouds, with radiance like beams from autumn moons, with luster rivaling the morning suns, with nails emitting light of crimson red, whose handsome crown has sterling sapphires, whose hair has tips of sapphire deep blue, with glory from the light of his great jewel, adorned with emanations of the Buddhas, the shaker of 100 worldly realms, his strength the 4 miraculous powers, reality with mindfulness supreme, Samadhi, king of 4-fold mindfulness, infused with scents from bloom on Bodhi's branches, and ocean of Tathagata virtues, with knowledge of the Eightfold Path's true way, with knowledge of the path of perfect Buddhas, the great attachment of all living beings, attachment-free, comparable to space when springing up in every creature's mind. He is for every being as swift as mind, aware of all the aptitudes captivating every creature's mind with insight into aggregated natures himself, with fully pure five aggregates atop the peak of every going forth, most skilled in going forth in every way established all paths of going forth, a teacher of all forms of going forth, uprooted, all becoming with 12 links, endowed with purity in all 12 forms. His form the way of fourfold noble truth, with realization of the eightfold knowledge, with meaning of the truths in 12-fold forms, aware of suchness in its 16 forms, with true awakening in 20 forms, awakened, fully knowing, dispatching countless sets of 10 million embodiments of emanating Buddhas, the final realization of all moments, who knows each moment's object for all minds, the manifesting for the sake of beings, with means derived from varied vehicles, gone forth by way of all three vehicles, remaining in the single vehicle's fruit, with purified afflictive spheres at heart, annihilating every karmic sphere, arrived atop dry land from flooding oceans, emerged from yoga's perilous dark grove, released from general, minor, and complete afflictions and their latent tendencies, with insight, means, and foremost empathy, achieving fruitful aims for living beings, abiding object-free through all perceptions, with consciousness as object, with cessation, with every being the object of his mind, with knowledge that's the mind of all the Buddhas, residing in the mind of every being, having become their mind's equality, and satisfying the mind of every being. He is for every being great inner joy, confusion-free, regarding points of doctrine, completely free from error in all its forms, his thinking free from doubt, his object threefold, his object all three properties by nature, throughout 3 times the content of 5 skandhas, discerning clearly each and every moment, awakening in but a single moment, his basic nature equal to all Buddhas, with bodies bodiless, the best of bodies, with realization of the peak of bodies, displaying his form in every possible way 21, 100 syllable, devoid of bindu, endowed with every formy form, yet free from form, supporting half of 16 bindus, transcending every grouping, void of members, sustaining dhyanas, fourth and final peak, aware of dhyanas, each and every aspect, with knowledge of samadhis, types and families, the best of bodies, body of samadhi, the sovereign king of all enjoyment, bodies, the best of bodies, emanation body, the heir to emanations of the Buddhas, with varied emanations everywhere, while benefiting all, however needed, the sovereign of the gods, the god of gods, Asura Lord, the ruler of immortals, the king of deities, the gods guru, the highest lord of Brahmatha, Brahmatha emerged from cyclic life's imposing forest, the single teacher guru for all beings in every well-known world, in all directions, the eminent bestower of the Dharma, concealed by armor made of loving kindness, well shielded by the shield of empathy, of wisdom, sword in hand, with bow and arrow, concluding war with ignorance and kleshas, Mara's enemy and tamer, hero, eliminating threats from all four Maras, defeating all the armies of the Maras, a guide for living beings, the perfect Buddha, deserving homage, worthy of respect, deserving reverence, always honorable, deserving friendship, worthy of regard, the highest guru ever venerable, traversing all three worlds in just one stride, his step extending past the bounds of space, with knowledge of the three, well-versed and pure, with sixfold higher knowledge, and recall the Bodhisattva and Mahasattva, with great and great transcending worldly life, perfected by his excellence of insight, and unified with insight's highest nature, the whole aware of self, aware of other, forfeit for all, he is the best of men, surpassing all to which he is compared, supremest Lord of knowing and what's known, the foremost master of imparting Dharma, who shows the meaning of the fourfold seal, the most revered amongst all living beings, engaged in going forth on all three paths, with glory purified by ultimate truth, most fortunate within the threefold world, the celebrated source of all endowments, supreme among the glorious Manjushri, praise for the wisdom of the five Tathagatas, homage to you, boon granter, best of Vajras, O Sam existence. Homage to you, homage to you, whose source is emptiness. O Buddha awakening, homage to you. O passion of the Buddhas, homage to you. Desire of the Buddhas, I pay homage. Love of every Buddha, homage to you. The joy of all the Buddhas, I pay homage. O smile of every Buddha, homage to you. The laugh of all the Buddhas, I pay homage. The speech of every Buddha, homage to you. The heart of all the Buddhas, I pay you homage. Arising from non-being, homage to you, homage to you. Arisen from the Buddhas, arisen from the sky, homage to you, homage to you. Born of pristine wisdom, net of illusion, homage to you, homage to you. The Buddha spectacle, homage to you. The everything of all of body of wisdom, homage to you. Om Sarva Dharma Bhava Sabhava Vidya Vajra Prakriti Suddha Sarva Dharma Yaduta Sarva Tate Gata Janakaya Manjushri Parisuddhi Tamupadhyati Sarva Tate Gata Jayam Hara Hara Om Om Ri Bhagavan Jana Murti Vajisvara Mahavata Sarva Dharma Gagana Mala Sapare Sura Dharma Datu Jana Karma Adin Vajradhara ever glorious, most pleased and satisfied, with folded palms prostrated to the Buddha. Noble guard, the blessed one, the Lord Tathagata, and with the host of other Vajrapanis of very forms, the Lord of Guyaka, sublime protector, noble wrathful kings. He then exclaimed this effervescent praise, protector, we rejoice. How excellent what you have clearly taught. Through you our lofty aim has been achieved, which leads to true and full awakening. And so the aims of helpless mundane beings who seek the fruit of perfect liberation, justice taught in the Maya Jala, is the noble path that leads to excellence, with largeness, vastness, and profundity, with meaning great, achieving beings' aims. Justice comprises every Buddha's sphere. Justice is taught by all awakened ones. This includes the supreme chanting of the names of the Blessed One, Manjushri, the wisdom deity. It was extracted from the noble net of illusion, a Mahayoga Tantra in 16,000 parts. From its chapter on the net of Samadhi, it was spoken by the Blessed One Shakyamuni, the Tathagata, Sun, Adam, Percy, and others for offering valuable suggestions that greatly improved our work. The translation is based on the Nama Sankirti Sanskrit